Yeah. We ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back another mass shooting.
All right, fam, smash that like button if you're coming in, and you're coming in. Come on, wherever you are, make sure you smash that like button. Smash them if you like sick fucking games.
Ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show.
Hello.
Hello,
Jennifer.
Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't
Jennifer.
stay in my lane.
Amanda. Joe.
They hold me down, make it easier
What up,
when I
Jay?
start feeling the pain.
Danny Case.
Out of the overflow,
Cerny,
your
what up?
heart, they say your mouth speaks.
Caitlin.
Well, my heart must be fucked up 'cause I can't speak.
Emily.
And I can't sleep, so I stay
Hello.
woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see.
¿Qué
Got the same
pasó?
crew, got some new food,
Sarah,
got
what up,
some
Boosh?
fucking boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate
Yeet.
with the same meal
Yeet.
on a new height
Yeet.
with the same chill.
Yeet.
Y'all too fake,
What?
I stay real,
What?
got cast down
What?
from heaven.
Yeah.
But I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well.
What's up, John?
Keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah. I don't know
What
the
up,
story
Beaches?
ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh, you're new?
Yeah.
Welcome, Caitlin.
We ride around this
Welcome to
coast.
the fucking
We show up,
insanity.
we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up,
Came to
we
like the
still
stream,
trapped.
I'll be over on Twitch. You do it.
Foes out, got the
Do
world
it.
clapping. Yeah,
Do
we
it.
vibing up in this show.
Do it.
So your main girl
Do it.
in the private section. Yeah, we ride around
Yeet.
this ghost.
Yeet.
If we show up,
Yeet.
then we still have it.
Yeet.
Yeah, we slide around this coast.
Dímelo.
Glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone.
¿Qué pasó,
My foes out,
Cristian?
got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing
¿Qué
up
pasó,
in this
man?
show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
Yeet. Let's fucking get it. Ahon. Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining. The birds are
Where my Swole
chirping.
TV fam
The
at?
bacon
Drop in the
is
comments. Swole
sizzling.
TV, where you at, Beach?
Welcome to
Where
the
you
Daily
at?
Swole.
Where you at? I see you, baby. I see you, baby. Shaking that ass. Shaking that ass. Dun. Testing testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1400 and 93 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our motherfucking biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and you all hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. How are we doing today? How are we doing today, you beautiful, beautiful beaches? It is Ask Papa Swolio Live. Ask Papa Swolio Live. So do this. Drop your question in the comments. We will get into them real soon. Welcome everyone to the Mancast. Welcome all to live stream. So for those of you that are new, drop in the comments below. Drop some cherries. If Papa's popping your cherries, if I'm popping cherries right now, I want to know. I want to know how it feels. I want to know how it feels. I want to know if it tickles. I'm curious. I want to know. I must know. You must fill me in immediately. How does it feel? Welcome to the live Q&A. So today, this is Ask Papa Swolio Live 1493, which means that next week, episode 1500, I have a big announcements. We got some exciting stuff for those of you. We'll talk more about it tomorrow during the accountability meeting, but episode 1500, next Sunday, there will be something special that gets released that I'm super stoked about it. I'm super stoked. So we'll talk more about that. I'll tease that on Monday, and I'm going to tease that throughout the week so you can expect it. So Swole Enormous X fam, my Swole fam, wherever you are, and I know where you are. What's going on, Swole TV? How are we doing? Those of you that are part of the fam officially, we'll talk about that tomorrow and throughout the week, but I'm excited. So hello, Gwendol. Hello. How we doing? Hey, fam. Great day for you. Welcome. Great day for me having you here, Amanda. Thank you for being here. Just a hello between my express yin shoulder and my meditation before bed. Have a good time and pinch your nips. I will. It tickles. Stop it, Gwendol. God damn it. Stop it. It tickles. It fucking tickles. Today's Swole card is just that. It's just the way it goes. Nips. Hashtag nips. Nips, nips, nips. We're always pinching them, so might as well lean into it a little bit. Hello, Tessie. Hello, Puppet. There you go, my beautiful girl. There you go. Some nips for you, my dear. Hashtag nips in the comments. And yeah, hashtag nips. Hashtag nips. That's what we're doing now, because that's how we do it. So if you got questions, you could drop them down in the comments below. And we're going to get into some sweet action today. How are we doing? What'd you train today? What are you pumping today? Let's get that out there first. What are you pumping? What are you training? And we'll get into some good stuff. So if you have questions, you could drop them. But what are you pumping? What are you training today? What did you train today? What did you do today? We're going to get into this. All right. I want to remind you all, I talked about this in the pre-roll, but I want to remind you, I posted this in the private Facebook group tomorrow, Monday, 12 noon Eastern time. Okay. 12 noon Eastern time accountability meeting. Make sure you don't miss that, Swole fam. Don't miss it. Don't miss it, Beaches. Don't miss it. 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow. We'll be going deep. Is this your first time, Trista? Is this Trista's first time? It'll only hurt a little bit. Speaking of slightly uncomfortable, speaking of which, babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Ooh, it's cold outside, isn't it? Today's video drop, late night sugar cravings. If you didn't catch today's sack, if you didn't catch today's salty sack, salty ball bag, went deep with some Swole fam action. This is something that is important with late night sugar cravings. You don't want to get too much sacralose at night. You get it? See what I did there? No, don't get too much sacralose. You get some salty sack, and the sweet sack is sacralose. Anyway, late night sugar cravings. If you want to know or think differently about how to beat sugar cravings or why those sugar cravings exist, go and give that a look-see. It's over on the YouTube channel. It's over there on the Swolenormous YouTube channel, Late Night Sugar Cravings. So I wanted to go into a couple of the comments and see what y'all had to say about these bullshit. This is from the Night of Ymir. I've been steadily losing weight and keeping my diet full of whole foods. Been feeling great, and in my household, I'm 15. By the way, my mom never goes grocery shopping, so I sometimes have to eat fast food, and I did for the first time in a couple months, and I never realized how addictive after I stopped. I felt like an addict wanting it again. I'm now never eating that crap ever again and keeping it whole foods for the rest of my life, and I'm happy about it. That's fucking epic. That's a 15-year-old. How many 15-year-olds are thinking like that? How many 15-year-olds are taking control of their fucking health? Good for you, Knight. Good for you. Good for you. How many 15-year-olds were thinking like that? Start them young. Start them young. Fuck, start them young. Why are we waiting for people to be 40 and 50 years old before they actually learn how to eat healthy? Let's not try to undo damage. Let's try to promote that or prevent it to start. Cosimas ni house. If anything, it's just great to read these comments just for the names. Cosimas ni house. And I'm really going to be probably aggressive with the accent, so just take it as it is. If I get a craving, I usually just brush my teeth and then the cravings go, unless I know I'm about to hit that time of the month. Then I'll have some Greek yogurt, blueberries, and a piece of dark chocolate, usually around 85%. I love me some 85%. Webbed Island. For me, it has come to a point where I'm just craving apples or watermelon. I love watermelon. You know, I have found that apples aren't really ideal for me. I found that apples don't really, I feel like when I eat them and I don't have apples for a while, does anyone else have this problem? I believe it's one of those fruits that's on the FODMAP that has some sugars that are harder for people to digest. Same thing with watermelon. So this is FYI, a lot of people have issues with apples or watermelon because of the digestibility or some of the sugars that have to get broken down. So think about that. You could drop that in the comments, just putting that out there. Not everyone, of course. I love watermelon, but of course, if I have too much, I'll shit watermelon. Like, no joke. because I probably just don't understand how much I eat. I'll just eat half a watermelon. You can only digest so much. That's a lot for the stomach. That's a lot for the intestines. That's a lot for the body to handle. But how many of you find that kind of like maybe you have maybe diarrhea, maybe you have like a stomach ache or that you feel like it jacks you up? What fruits do you find that with? And what have you determined? What have you figured out? I'm curious. Let's see what your experience is with fruit. It might not be apples or watermelon. Any fruit, just curious. Elif de Simone. I used to binge like crazy on everything after coming home from work. Now I just snack on a handful of mixed nuts, that's what she said, to hold me over before dinner. But it took years to overcome this habit. Years, motherfuckers. Years. It takes years. Not days, not weeks, not months, years. It takes a long time. It can take a very, very, very long time. And why is that a bad thing? Why is it always a bad thing when it takes a long time? All right? Why is it a bad thing? Why do people get so afraid? Why do people get so aggressively against things taking a long time? Why don't people have more patience? Isn't something that's worthwhile and worth having? Isn't that something? Right? Isn't that something that's worth waiting for? Isn't that something that's worth working for? Why does everyone want everything right now? It's nice to have it right now, but all the good stuff takes time. All the good shit takes time. This one's from Kendra. And this is from today's YouTube video. This is from today's YouTube video, Late Night Sugar Cravings. So it's on the Swolenormous channel. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. This one's from Kendra. Oh my God, this hit home. I used to always eat at night after dinner while watching TV. It was always some kind of dessert, cake, cookies, ice cream, etc. Now, whenever I sit down with my green tea, I immediately feel hungry, even though I know I just ate dinner as well and I couldn't possibly be hungry. My family wanders around the kitchen like a bunch of zombies, and I'm gripping my cup like it's a weapon. Like it's my weapon. LOL. I've been sticking to my tea for a while, 6 months, over 6 months, 6 months plus. But my body is a stubborn fuck and hasn't adjusted yet. I power through most nights, but I need to start powering through every night. And this is a big thing. And one of the things I talked about in today's video, thank you for the post, thank you for the comment, on Late Night Sugar Cravings, one of them is exhaustion. And this is based on Greg's post. Greg made a post talking about how he knew that because he started a new job, because he started a new schedule, that he was exhausted and having cravings at night and he went to sleep because he knew, okay, I'm exhausted from my new job. I just got a promotion. My hours changed. I'm more stressed out. I'm stressed and I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping a lot because I've been, adjusting to a lot of new things with the work, whatever it was in the post. So he's been more tired, and he knows that because he's aware. He practices his brain gains. He's more aware of his decisions. He's more aware of his situation. He's more aware of his environment. So because he noticed that. He noticed he was exhausted and that his body was triggering sugar cravings. If your body is exhausted, what's it going to trigger? Your body can be exhausted from sleep, not having enough sleep. Your body can be exhausted from not having enough energy, not enough food. So if you're awake and you're like at work and you're, let's say you're just getting off work and it's a night shift or something, you're exhausted. You're exhausted. Fucking exhausted. You're wiped the fuck out. So you go home and you just eat the world and you just crave sugar. Do you really crave sugar? You might have gotten plenty of calories in throughout the day and throughout the night. But because you're exhausted and you're awake, you have these cravings because your body thinks, okay, I'm awake, I'm exhausted, we need energy. So you have these sugar cravings so your body can have that little sugar boost. And that's why a lot of people gain weight because they're mindlessly eating. Not only that, you're exhausted, you're also chronically exhausted, and you're watching TV at night, fucking your eyes with blue light when you should be sleeping. So not only are you eating at night because you are exhausted and your body is craving sugar, you're also created that habit of mindlessly eating while you're watching TV. So you've associated food with relaxation. You've associated food with escape. You've associated food with watching TV. So there's many, 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 many habits and many associations. It's not just one. It's not just at night. It's not just exhaustion. It's also TV. It's also watching TV. It's also the idea of enjoying yourself and relaxing with eating. It's all this stuff is all pointed towards eating. It's all pointed towards eating. Imagine eating being in the center. Eating is the sun and all the planets revolve around it. It's all pointing towards eating. Relaxation, fun, TV, going to the movies. It's fucking popcorn, hanging out with friends. You're going to a bar. You're going to dinner. People don't do shit. It always revolves around food. Think about that. Assume that you're not hungry. What do you do with a friend? What can you do with someone that doesn't revolve around food? What if you ate already? Do something with people that doesn't surround food. Think about that. Reflect on that while we get into some more stuff. Reflect on that. How many things that you do with your friends, or how many things that you do, or how many things that people invite you to, how many things in our society just revolves around eating? How many things like revolves around eating? Like it's all around eating, all about it. I don't want to say pretty much fucking all of it, but it's a lot. This is the last one, but it's a good one. And this is from Christine Garrett. And she says, Papa Swolio, are you spying on me? Yes, maybe. Maybe, baby. Are you spying on me? Yes. Some of the recent NOC, the recent nuts on chins, have been things that I've been struggling on and working to fix, aside from the mukbangs or whatever they're called, although watching those are a good way to kill any fake hunger pangs that I'm having. I relate to this one so much. Long hard day at work, mostly on my feet, can get 6 miles in just doing my work and walking on my breaks. Not eating enough at work because I'm not that hungry, and I drink a lot more water at work because the environment is dusty, and I tote my water bottle with me every time I move, which is a good reminder. So when I get home, stressed, exhausted, and hungry, I'm tempted to eat something not so healthy. I've been doing better lately and my body feels it. However, I have issues with wanting soda, which is just as bad as it's drinking sugar. Working on that problem though, my body has a way of letting me know when it disapproves of what I do. Yeah, it does. Well, good for you. But yeah, your body has a way of disapproving. It's called diarrhea. It's called joint pain. It's called bloating. It's called exhaustion. It's called, migraines. These are all ways that your body warns you. These are all the ways that your body tells you that's not good. People just ignore that. What do they do? What do they do when you have what do people do when they have a migraine? How many people that have a migraine rush to drink more water? They think first thing, oh shit, I must be dehydrated. Oh, I must have had gluten or grains today. Or it must be all the blue light. What do? They just go and take an ibuprofen, take a Tylenol, go take an Excedrin or whatever, go drink some more coffee or something like that. People that have problems like that, they don't realize that these are the response. This is the response. This is the response from the body. This is the response from the body. This is the body telling you. This is the body telling you that it's done. This is the body telling you that it's not working. This is the body telling you that this food doesn't work. This is not the right fuel. So your body will do that. So good for you. Pay attention. Pay attention. So now let's get into some live Q&A. Drop your questions in the comments and we'll take a bunch of questions today. Let's get in and see what is going on. Let's see what's going on here. Any questions? Ask Papa Swolio live. So if you got a question, make sure you use that question mark and we'll open the floor to anyone, whatever you want to talk about. So some of the questions I posed in today's episode are, what kind of fruits? What kind of fruits bother you? Some of you said bananas. Some of you said green apples. Hannah, I have Crohn's disease and gluten gives me the worst headaches and body aches. Sure. So instead of thinking, hey, I have a headache, let me take a pill or let me drink alcohol because my body hurts, I just want to fall asleep properly tonight. Then you get shit sleep. You're drinking fucking calories. It's not good for you. It dehydrates you. And then you get addicted to fucking alcohol. Like it's a cycle. And that's not the only reason, but if you have Crohn's, you shouldn't be fucking your body up, right? You got to be super careful because you can't control those flare-ups a lot of times. So a really close friend of mine's wife has Crohn's and it's really brutal and you have to be really careful. And some people that have Crohn's don't pay attention. They don't care enough or they don't actually pay attention to their nutrition. It's like, fuck, if I had Crohn's disease, I would be all over that shit. I would be paying so much attention to my nutrition. That'd be the only thing I fucking cared about is not having a flare up. When my dad gets a migraine, he puts his head over the fire. Fucking weird shit, man. That is really weird. His head over the fire and it goes away or it burns his fucking head so much like he doesn't feel the pain there because his scalp is melting. Or maybe it's some kind of compound from the fire that's actually making the pain go away. Jesus Christ, that's weird. Does Pops eat birthday cake? I'm not a big fan of birthdays. I think those are super exaggerated. I think it's super overblown. I think birthdays are weird as fuck. You know, I like birthdays when you're a kid. Of course, you get presents and you look forward to it as if it fucking means something. And of course, everyone knows as you get older, you're like, I don't want a birthday. Oh my God, it's another year. I don't think of it like that. I just think it's like an egotistical, okay, you were born on this day. Welcome to like a fucking billion other people were too. Oh, here, you were born and this is some made up day, some made up amount of time ago. It's weird. It's kind of weird. So do I eat birthday cake? I used to like Carvel ice cream cake. Now it makes me sick. Like a long, yeah. I remember it was super cute. I remember when Mama Swolio got me she surprised me with, after 365 episodes, she surprised me with it. Had a little bit, I just couldn't. It was so sweet. She got me an ice cream cake, you know, with like 365 episodes when it was like a year straight. It was so cute. But nah, I mean, I don't even want to celebrate it. It's like, cool, it's my birthday. All right, next. It's not really something. It's kind of a weird thing. Kind of a weird thing. If anyone else has migraine stories, Chris, what are some good workout plans I can get on for the quarantine? I have YouTube Premium, so I was wondering if maybe you know some good channels to get on. No, I don't. I mean, we have everything we need inside Swolenormous X, so I don't watch other people's workout channels. So, what are some good workout plans for the quarantine? You're trying to figure that out in fucking June? We've been in quarantine for like 2 months. Google it, like type it in. There are plenty of good work. There's plenty of free shit out there. I don't know. Go do it. You could. Let's see here. Webbed Island, my training is restricted to 3 times a week, but I work out in secret. What a fucking world we live in. I have to work out in secret. Your opinion on that? What are you talking about? What the fuck is going on here? Your training is restricted to 3 times a week. Are you in prison? Like, how do you mean when you work out in secret? My opinion? That's fucking weird. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. How's Pups? She's good. She's actually laying on the floor. Aw, she's laying on the floor. She's waiting for Mama. She's waiting for Mama. She's going to pretend to like be dead until Mama Swolio walks in. She's going to fucking sprint. You're probably going to see like a little white thing go, boom, just run. Yep, no fucks. No fucks. She never gives a fuck when she's here live. She's never given a fuck even when the Papa Swolio cam was on her. She never gave a fuck. You guys remember that. She didn't give a shit. She didn't give a shit. Let's go into, let's see what's going on in Swole TV. We got questions here. Caitlin, you're right. Those are too long, my dear. You guys are going to have to break that down. I saw that question. So I'm going to give you a short one because I can't read all that. That's a lot of texting. I appreciate it. Let's do this one. All right. My sister is over. Told her I don't want junk food in my house. She disregarded my rule and went against my back and easily bought $300 worth of crap. It breaks my heart and I'm pissed. Okay, we need more context. I mean, my sister is over. You told her you don't want it. Did you? Like it's your place? Then you need to fucking, you didn't lay down your rules. That's your fault. Breaks your heart. You're pissed. It's your house. If you don't want that, you say, I don't want that. Then don't come over. I don't care if it's your sister. Don't be a pussy. Fucking tell her what you think. She went against your back. You're an adult. That's your rules because you're staying on like, if you have, like, I'm just saying, if you are, and I love you, Caitlin, I love you. But if you are trying to stay, like, are you addicted to sugar? Do you have real issues? I don't know what your personal, like what's going on. I didn't read through all the other stuff, but if you have real issues and you're really trying to do the elimination diet and fix your shit and what you're doing inside X, obviously you're in Swole TV, you need to lay down the fucking law. And you didn't. So I don't know how that gets repaired on a personal level with you and your sister, or what kind of relationship you have, or whose house is it? She's over permanently. She's over for the day, the weekend, a week. She's visiting out of town for 2 weeks. You know, if you didn't, I don't know. That's the problem with family is I think they can push it. You fucking lay down your rules. I mean, it's a person, it's a human being, and it's your house. I don't care if she has a similar gene structure to you. That doesn't make her family. Yeah, it's how you get treated. If she's disrespecting you, then I don't care if it's your sister. If it's your sister, then you can fucking tell her how you feel. Sorry, I'm going off. I did tell her all that. Did you really? Well, it didn't get through in the right way. I'm not saying that you didn't tell her. I know you said you told her. Let's see. I live in a different state than my sister, so I can't really kick her out. It's just she knows refined sugars make me extremely nauseous. Well, don't eat it, though. She doesn't listen to any of my guidelines, so I'm tempted to tell her she's not allowed to stay at my house when she visits anymore. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. But it depends, Here's the thing. She knows refined sugars makes you nauseous. Okay, well, Caitlin, you don't have to eat them. Now, here's the other question. Like for me, if a friend of mine comes and visits and wants to eat potato chips, I mean, I don't like it. I really don't hang around people that love to eat that stuff, but I have it's not even willpower. I just don't want to eat that. It doesn't tempt me. So I'm not concerned, but I don't really hang around people that do that anyway, really, or they know me and they wouldn't do that around me because it's just not something we would do. We'd be eating something together. But the thing is, if someone comes over, I would be like, hey, you want some steak, or I'll make you some bacon, and I'm more than happy to share my food. Like that's like love. It's like, hey, but it's like real fucking food. You're going to eat a meal. We're not going to just fucking eat garbage. So it depends on your relationship with your sister. So can't really speak on that, but from an outside standpoint, because I don't care about your sister, she's not my sister. So, I mean, she go fuck herself and stay somewhere else. If you want to stay with me, here are the rules, because that's the way it should be anyway. Like there shouldn't be special treatment because she's your sister. It's your house. It's your boundaries. You are coming into my place. Is that just guaranteed? I think people think about family a lot differently than they should. Like it doesn't give you a free pass to whatever you fucking want. When did that actually, why would that make any other difference? Why should you treat that, like those people, different than people? There are people that you know and there are people you don't know. We're all fucking related. Eventually, you go back far enough, we're all related to something. I don't know. We're just going off. I just think it sucks. I just think it sucks when people that care about you or say they care about you don't respect your fucking, what you tell them. Maybe she didn't think you were serious. Is this the first time? I'm curious. Is this the first time that that this has happened? Is this the first time that you've dealt with this, or is this repetitive? Because it's also your fault for not enforcing it. Let's see here. Do you build muscle when strength goes up? You can. Sure. I mean, but not necessarily, not always. And people that are first starting to work out, most of the strength is going to come from neural recruitment and motor unit synchronization and coordination. That's why when you first start lifting, you grow stronger quicker than you build muscle. Because building muscle is different. That's volume, that's progressive overload, that's dietary. You'll get stronger just based on coordination and getting like your motor neurons to fire. But you can build strength. You could build strength and focus more on strength than muscle size, which is why people train with weight classes, like for powerlifting. So you can definitely try to, because a lot of people don't go up to the next level in powerlifting because they'll be the weakest person in, let's say, the 200-pound class. But if they stay in the 189, then they'll be the strongest. So there's always that like debate, like, do I want to go to the next weight class because all of a sudden now I have to get X amount stronger to do as well again. So some people like to challenge themselves and stay a certain weight and maximize their strength output. But yeah, it gets to a point where you're only going to be so strong based on your lean mass and that's why it's a challenge. The same thing with like UFC fighters and stuff. Like you get bigger and stronger. It's like, cool, but then you're bigger, then you're heavier, then you're fighting bigger fucking people. So they keep it relative to the mass, which is smart. You have someone who's like a fucking, bantamweight with like a heavyweight. Like, I don't care how quick you are. You can get fucking destroyed just by strength alone. Oh, shit. It's the first time and you were out of the house. So she knew this and then she left and brought it back. Oh, I'd say get the fuck out. Or you stock the fridge. Like the next time, be like, what do you want? Oh, I would be so pissed. Yeah, you didn't set the boundaries right. She didn't hear you. And that goes back with your relationship with your sister. And she's a grown ass woman, but you could technically tell her to leave. Or you just like suck it up and you realize and you say no. Like FYI, this is not, you don't admit, it's up to you, but just don't let it happen again. She doesn't come back. You're like, no, you can stay with someone else. No, you didn't listen to me last time. Not going to happen again. Sorry. Or she agrees and then you buy that and if she brings anything, I don't know. I would do so many different things. It's all dependent on your relationship with your sister though. I'm looking at as, two people I don't know. It's like, tell them to get the fuck out, but I get it. Vanessa, I used to make it clear with anyone coming into my house, some foods are like drugs to me. If you were a decent person, you wouldn't bring alcohol into an alcoholic's house. Exactly. So don't bring anything into my place without my okay. It's rough, but I had to. When I had more binge and less control, even if I didn't eat it, then once they were gone, I would crack and go out to get some dirty dicks. Yeah, someone mentioned in today's video, you know how you had those like little Tess Hornaday popped up in today's video? And people were saying, oh my God, Tess, I love those little flashes of Tess. And the thing is, that's why people have marketing. That's why people have marketing in shows. Someone mentioned that I think we have it on the Swole Fam story. I want to talk about it. So we'll talk about that after we take some more questions. We'll get into some Swole Fam stuff. So open floor for some more Q&A. Keep going. We'll get into some different comments. Do 1 pound dumbbells exist? Yes. What are your max lifts? I don't know. I haven't maxed in years. Or the weights I use for reps. For what? For what actually? Like, I don't go for a super like strength. I have weights, dumbbells up to 90s. I have kettlebell up to 100. I have, what do you want? Like, who cares how strong I am? You do, obviously. You're asking. I'm not saying it keeps you up at night. What are my max lifts? Don't know. So if you have a specific exercise, I can ballpark it, but I don't try to lift as much as I possibly can all the time. Good question. Trinity, I'm 5'2", 120, and I want to start lifting, and I've never done it before. The best I have is 1 to 3 pound dumbbells. Will that be enough, or do I need to buy heavier weights to start with? Yes, you need to buy heavier weights. You can start. You're not going to be lifting. It's not going to really do anything. 3 pounds is a joke. There's a couple exercises that'd be good for it, for like your rotator cuff and like, cobras or some shoulder stuff. But yeah, absolutely need more weight for sure. So I would get fives, probably if you can, you get 5, 8s, 10s, 12s, 15s. If you're limited, I would get, if you have 3s, I would get 5s, 10s, 15, 5, 10, 15. 8s are good for some things, but because for like lateral raises, 10s can be heavy, but 8s might be perfect. So 5, 8, 10, 15, something like that. So it depends, but like your legs, you're missing a lot. So if you want to start lifting, you can learn the movements, but then you might as well not be holding weights. So you're definitely going to need to increase for sure. No one here lifts 3s. Like once you start like those are like children's weights or like maybe shoulder or like rehab weights. Or like, hey, you want your child to work out with you? Here's a 1 pounder. They can just be like, yay. It's not a 1 pounder is a joke. That's like a dog bone for like Papa Swolio. Haley, good question. Do the nips get harder by the smell of bacon, sizzling, or coffee brewing? Wouldn't you like to know? Mysteries, Haley. The mystery world, the wild wizarding world of Papa Swolio. What training did you do at your house during isolation? What are you talking about? Nothing's changed. I haven't gone back to the gym. I don't care if it opens. I ain't wearing a mask or going out and doing all that shit yet. Too soon. I don't trust it. With training, all sorts of stuff. Body weight stuff, dips, pull-ups, kettlebell, rings. I have rings outside, heavy kettlebell, dumbbell stuff, bands, all of it. Been crushing. Bam, still making those gains. I feel better. I feel so much better than I did when I was going to the gym. Because when you're at home, you have to do, usually you're doing things with much more mobility. Usually you're doing things with much more range. You're being more creative. So you're going through different ranges of motion. And I feel like I was getting too locked in and too sagittal at the gym. Like there's not a lot of room to do kettlebell stuff there. And they don't have kettlebells of sufficient range. So I have that stuff here. So I've been creative and I've done a lot more stuff that I didn't do for my bodybuilding career, like my self bodybuilding. So I still do a lot of both, but I'm on a general split where I'm doing like upper body, but more like chest back. I'm doing more like macro movements, and then I'll do a leg day, and then I'll do like an arm day where I'm doing some macro movements, maybe like dips and pull-ups and stuff like that. Maybe some kettlebell stuff, but I'm doing arms, I'm doing shoulders and arms. So it's kind of like the remnants of, it's like one of my favorite splits is chest and back, legs and arms, and then day off, 3-1-3. And then just adjust the volume per day based on how I feel. So if I took a day off, if I need another, I could, or the next chest and back workout will be more body weight, or I'll warm it up and I'll just drop the volume. Like that's what I really like consistent wise. I never really liked chest and triceps. I don't like that. I feel imbalanced in a workout. Chest and back, you can do so many things that can also involve the lower body. So chest and back, I can do things like kettlebell swings. I can do, Turkish get-ups to warm up. So I'm getting a lot of core and I'm getting a lot of total body. And that's great to work the whole body, mobilize. It's great for the shoulder, even in combination or as like a warm-up, like a first set. Turkish get-ups are great as like a warm-up for like a chest and back workout because you get the hips mobilized, which loosens up the hamstrings and the quads and the hip flexors for any kind of like row movements. It loosens up the lower back. It gets you moving, gets you a sweat. It raises your heart rate and shit. And plus you don't have to do anything really before. You do maybe a couple halos with a kettlebell or something like that, but you don't really have to do a warm up like, hey, I did all this stuff before I did Turkish get-ups. You can grab a light weight. It's just laying down like, oh, it's like a morning stretch. You kind of just do like you get up and you do it. Oh, and you have like a light weight, maybe a 20 or a 30, and just kind of, stretching out the shoulder a little bit when you get to the top, Statue of Liberty style. And it really gets you nice and warmed up and kind of gets your bearing, your balance. It's one of my favorite ways to wake up, to warm up. Let's see. What we got? How we doing in Swole TV, fam? David, ¿qué pasó, man? Papa Swolio. On a related note to today's Nuts on Chin, what do you think about eating protein 1 hour before bed to stimulate muscle repair while I sleep? That was like a very bro science thing back in like the 2000s. People drinking like casein protein and shit before bed. I used to do that. I used to have a protein shake right before bed. I don't anymore. I mean, I eat plenty. I don't think it's really necessary. I don't think it's necessary if you're getting enough protein in throughout the day. So I think that's a better question. Are you getting in sufficient protein throughout the day? I don't think you should have something in your stomach, ideally, to help sleep and repair and to prevent acid reflux, to promote a deeper sleep that you shouldn't be eating that soon close to bedtime. So if I'm eating late at night, I'm usually staying up extra late, which is not good, but I sleep in. You do the best you can, but sleep is one of my biggest challenges. Consistent sleep at the same time, because my schedule isn't always regular. Some of you have like a schedule where it's like you work 9 to 5, you work 10 to 2, or this like boom, and you can actually plan things a lot better. So I don't think it's necessary as long as you're getting in sufficient protein during your like recovery cycle, during your overall caloric intake. I mean, eating protein, because then you're digesting at night. So that might be a little bit close to bedtime, depending on what it is, I would say. I hear Persephone. Yeah. Persephone says, relative to Caitlin's sister issue. Caitlin, it sounds like she's an addict. It also sounds like she's blatantly disrespecting you. If she knew things prior, then this is her trying to manipulate and get what she wants. Yeah, it's like a child. Confrontation is rough, but if you don't ever keep confronting an ongoing situation, she will keep doing these things. I hate to put it this way, but fuck her feelings. Fuck your feelings. Do what you need to do to take care of you and your household, because she's obviously never going to get it, no matter how hard, no matter how you try to explain it to her. Savage. Fuck your feelings and fuck her feelings. And I think that's the best answer. Persephone, I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it even better than me. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Actually, I did. I did call her a pussy, didn't I? Well, in the nicest way. In the nicest way. And we're all on your side, Caitlin. It pisses me off, is why I'm getting angry. I'm trying to get angry for you, Caitlin, so then you get angry for yourself. I'm trying to like rile you up, get those emotions. Like you told her not to and she did. When you were at work, she's like a fucking child trying to get away with something. I would pack all that shit up and fucking put it on the porch and be like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're not eating that fucking food. Give her the money and say, get the fuck out. Just bring it back, return it. This is a mistake. Someone dropped this off. I don't know who it was. Weird. Donate it to charity. No, it's frustrating. Oh my God. All right, so this gets even better. Here's the thing. You had bypass surgery a year ago. My way of keeping from those sugars and stuff that makes me sick is by keeping them out. Yeah, you make it invisible. Good for you, Caitlin. Good for you. So Caitlin is saying how she had bypass surgery and her way of keeping off those sugars is by not fucking eating it. Doesn't that make sense? You keep it out of your fucking sight. Invisibility. You make it invisible. You get rid of it. I'm in the best shape of my life right now, losing 130 pounds in total. Fucking shit. Good for you. The junk food is a reminder of where I once was and how hard I struggled. Your sister, you had bypass surgery a year ago and you've lost 130 pounds. You told her to not bring shit into your house and she brings shit into your house. I would throw that shit out the fucking window. Now I'm changing my opinion again. I would throw that shit out of the fucking window. God, I would be livid. I would be livid. You're telling the wrong people. You got to go fucking have this conversation. And it needs to be end of story. Your house, your rules. And you have to show that you care about yourself and your life more than you care about her being in your life. And if she can't handle that, then she can leave. End of story. You might cry a little bit, but you'll be thankful. You surround yourself with better fucking people. That's evil shit. You're going to go stay with someone, family or not, and they have a request like they're doing this and you tell them, I'm eating healthy because I had bypass surgery, I had all this stuff. And they're going to go over. Like, I think if someone asked me, hey, we don't do this. It's like if someone says, hey, can you, ready? It's so simple. Oh, do you mind taking your shoes off when you come in? Would any of you get offended if someone asked you to take your shoes off? They don't like shoes and dirt and oil and gasoline in their house. You'd be like, oh, okay, no problem. And you take your shoes off. You'd be like, no. You just walk around their house. You'd be like, then don't come in. You can get the fuck out. Imagine refusing to take off your shoes if someone requests it in their house. Oh yeah, but I don't like shoes in the house. Just, if you don't mind leaving them outside or on, inside right here on a little, bench or something so you can put them on when you leave. Like you walk into someone's house, that's normal. You see a little shoe area, they take their shoes off and that's where you keep your shoes so you don't track stuff throughout the house. It's weird. People that wear shoes at home are weird. Weird. If you wear shoes inside, like in your home, it's weird. It's weird as fuck. I'm sorry. It's weird as fuck. It's weird and it's dirty as shit. It's dirty and weird as fuck. A lot of people changed that habit after the COVID shit. It's weird. Anyway, that's cruel. Oh, this gets better and better. She has youngest child syndrome, spoiled beyond belief. Oh, she's entitled and get her way. Get her the fuck out of your life. I'm sorry. She sounds like a cunt. Oh my God. Your parents fucked that one up. Jesus. Look, you got to handle your shit. You got to handle your shit. That's just fucked up. That's not fair. That's not fair to you. And it'd be one thing if you were like, look, it'd be one thing like, I've been fit for most of I definitely, like I said, I'm more healthy than I ever have been, but I've always been like training and doing things a certain way. I was so focused. It didn't matter what anyone else said. I was doing it my way. If you didn't like it, it's like, okay, it still is even more so than ever. Literally, I have so many fences, barbed wires, blast doors. You cannot get into my circle unless I allow you in because I'm so focused, I don't care. I don't have time. I don't have time for anyone else's shit. I just don't, psychologically. And I just don't care. I don't care about baby pictures. I don't care about pictures of your animals. I just don't care. I care about a few people, maybe 2 handfuls, including family. No joke. Maybe 10 people that I really fucking care about. 15 max, like in the world. Really. The smaller the better. The smaller the better. Not far enough, Caitlin. Not far enough. The smaller the better. You want to go deeper with those people. You want to go deeper with the people that you care about. It's not about number. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. Same thing with nutrition. Same goes for community. Caitlin says, thank you. It hasn't been easy. This is part of why I moved states away. Maybe you have to move to the other side of the country. Make your family more invisible. Just putting it out there. You don't have to uproot your life because I said so on a podcast, but this is one of the things. Your sister is a bad habit. She's a bad influence. Pillar number 1. That's a terrible fucking influence. And that's a really fucking shitty thing to do. From a family member that's supposed to care about you, cares about herself more than your weight loss and your life and your request. You said so. That's sick. Yeah, I'm so riled up right now. That gets me so fucking upset. It gets me so upset that people treat each other like that. Like, how fucking dare you know? How disrespectful is that? More than anything, it's disrespectful. More than anything, it's disrespectful. To go into someone's house and they explicitly tell you this is how it works and you just disregard it. That's what family does. That's what an entitled person does. And like you said, she's family and she's entitled. Look, just because she's your sister doesn't mean she's a good person. Just because she's your sister doesn't mean that she cares about you anywhere close to how much she cares about herself. Obviously. All right. DNA doesn't make you family. It's not. Most of the people in my life, I'm not related to them. A lot of people I'm related to suck. All right. It's true. A lot of people that you relate to suck. And it doesn't matter. Do your thing. Go by the beat of your own drum. Focus on you. Focus on your shit. Optimize your life. And then add people. This is what people don't want to do. Everyone's trying to hold on to their community of whoever they grew up with, or if whoever they were a friend with from 15 years ago. Who gives a shit if you've been friends or you've known someone for 15 years? If they suck today, they're no longer valuable in your life. And I'm not saying they had a bad day and you had an argument and you cut them out permanently. But if this phase doesn't match up with that friend, if that's like your binge drinking friend, it's like, okay, you know them, you don't wish anything bad for them, but you just fucking ignore them. Like, just cut them off. Don't message them. Just kind of like, it's not going to match up. Do you, when you focus on you enough and you find your fucking sweet spot, you focus on your shit. It's a matter of who deserves, who adds on. Everyone's trying to move forward in their life by holding on to all their shit, by keeping all the dead weight in their life, and they're trying to move on and create new habits. Not going to happen. Community is fucked. Your nutrition is going to be fucked. Your training is going to be fucked because these people don't eat well. These people don't train. These people don't meditate. These people don't do yoga. Nothing matches up anymore. Nothing matches up. So then just move on. There's other people, 7.5 billion. We're all here for the same reason. We're very similar. That's why the Swole fam is so powerful. But what about, so you have more, there are more people that are not part of the Swole fam yet. They're out there. There are more people that think like you. There are more people that want things that you want. And then you can hang out with those people and you can go get what you both want together. And that's how it works. And everyone's trying to bring the riffraff and the shit of the undertaint of their fucking life along with them. You can't. You can't fix everyone. And you can't wait around for other people. Do your own shit. And if they can't keep up, then fuck off. You have to eliminate, just like food. You eliminate, you cut it down. And then if someone earns it, they earn a seat at the fucking high table, then they get added. It's not an egotistical thing. It's very protective of you. And that's what people don't get. That's why I have like 10, 15 people on my contacts list. That's why I don't follow anyone. That's why I don't use my personal account. That's why I don't do fucking anything private. None. I'm doing my shit. If you don't want to be a part of that, that's cool. Go do your shit. My people match up with what I'm doing. Selfish as fuck. I'm doing my shit. The people that will be in my life will be in my life. And that's that. People need to take control of their own fucking shit and stop pussyfooting and pandering to other people and like, oh, I hope she's not mad at me. Fuck that bitch. She disrespected you to your fucking face. She disrespected you to your fucking face. Disrespected you to your fucking face. And not only that, not just the taking the shoes off, quote unquote, the bringing like, oh, can you not bring food? But you had a problem. You had gastric bypass. For those that don't know, you either got the belt or you got your stomach stapled and shrunk in size so you don't overeat so you can lose weight. Okay? For some people, that's necessary. And you've lost 130 pounds, which is great. You probably feel better. You just said you're in the best shape of your life. You're feeling great. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my fucking house. Diana says, can you imagine if her sister was a smoker? Oh, Diana, great point. You say, no, I don't smoke. Do not smoke in my house. And you come back and it reeks like smoke. I would put that bitch in the hospital. You're beyond talking. You should have. Yeets. All my opinion. I'm not emotionally tied to any of that. It just pisses me off. I'll share this. I'm not sure about this, but let me see here. Let's go through a couple. You're welcome. You're welcome. I want to read through some of this in Swole TV. It's fire. Fire. From Sion. Let me see here. Is that how I pronounce it? Sion? Sion G? If I was close, let me know. I totally understand the struggle when it comes to my family. My family doesn't support a lot of things I do, even though it's not related to food necessarily. Family is tricky. It is not like you can just cut off bonds with them like you and a friend. At the end of the day, they are your family. For me, I have been trying to do my things for many years, but knowing my family doesn't have my back 100% has been a burden in my mind. Thank you for sharing. And you have the Swole fam, Cerny. Absolutely. Hey, Kendall, what's up? Caitlin, it really means a lot that everyone is being so vocal about my situation. I've never really had anyone care enough to get mad for me. Well, that's what the Swole fam does. It pisses me off that people will be so deceptive and manipulative, especially when it comes to someone's health. Like, how can you do that to someone that you fucking supposed to love? That's why it makes me more and more skeptical. That's why I hate when you talk about family, it's ironic. You talk about family or Swole fam, that word gets distorted. People have a very distorted perception of what family is supposed to be. And when I look at family, when I think about family, it has nothing to do with whether or not you have gene sequences that are similar. It's so fucking far from the truth. That's not what family is. That's genetics. Cool. You look like a human. That's all good. A lot of you have people that are your brothers and sisters and your, quote, children, and you have no genes in common, quote unquote, right? Has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. That's just a name. You came out of a similar vagina. Oh, hey. The only door we've ever left without entering. All right? Someone said that the hospital is the only building that you leave, but you never enter. It's like, well, technically you enter. You just don't enter exposed to oxygen. But hey, we came out of the same vagina. What up? That's what a sister is, or a brother. Yeah, you came out of the same pussy. Okay. And maybe you came out of the same penis. I don't know. You were baked in the same fucking oven. Okay. There's a lot of bread in this world. There's a lot of bread. Gluten-free. All right. Ovens and make a lot of bread. It's me, Mario. I'm just going off now. Persephone, Caitlin, I go through the same thing with my family, except it's me going to their home. I know how it goes when getting away from family. Mine still live just a mile or two away from me. I deleted my old Facebook and created this one just to have the Swole fam community. Fucking hiding from them, getting rid of them, cut them off. Kim Sato, I want to read this too. Caitlin, I ran to my PC so I can comment on your situation. Listen to Papa. Listen to Daddy. You have come so far and you need to keep on focusing. Check out the book called Boundaries by Henry Cloud. Might have some info you can use. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one. Let's see. I think you followed up with this. Kim, my father didn't want me to bring my very young kids to visit him. He had spoiled kid syndrome. My sister and I were tired of it and just stopped contacting him. We were done with all the BS he put us through. It happens. Family can be fucking brutal. Yeah, it's like that doesn't give an excuse, right? That doesn't give an excuse to do what you do. Just because you came out of a similar vagina doesn't give you the latitude to disrespect you in your house. You pay that rent, you pay those bills, you clean that house, you create your environment. And what you did by allowing this poison into your life is exactly that. Your environment was tight and you're happy and you're not going to like this, Caitlin, but it's your fault. You allowed that poison into your life. You allowed that in. You allowed that, whatever you want to call that snake, you allowed that to creep in. If she wasn't there, this wouldn't happen. And who allowed her to come over? You invited her. You said it was acceptable. And that's fine. And that's fine. I'm not saying, beat yourself up about it, but this is the wake-up call. You take responsibility for your decision, but now you have to handle it because you still have to stay strong. You still have to stay focused, and you have to deliver this information, or it depends on how long she's there. Or you just make it a really uncomfortable visit. You keep your mouth shut. You just fucking do your own thing. And then when she leaves, you throw all that shit out. If you think you have the willpower enough, that's just more risky. And then you make your point known, and she's never welcome in your house again. She can stay somewhere else and come over. She can stay in a hotel and then visit during the day, and you can meet up or something. And if she wants to see you, she's crossed that boundary. You can say, you can stay here, but next time you're staying in a hotel. I don't know how long she's there for. $300 worth of food. Can $300 worth of food for one person? You know, $300 for one person. That sounds like 2 weeks of food to me. At least a week of food, easily for one person. I mean, you want to work, and you're gonna deal with that shit for 2 fucking weeks. I'm just saying. Bum. All right, so we're still doing Q&A. That was a great topic, though. That was a great topic. If you have any questions, I'm looking through. Scrolling. Let's see. I have Pedro. Did anyone else have a sudden urge to buy a unicorn thing after today's NOC? Hashtag nips today. It's Ask Papa Swolio, but hashtag nips. If you have any questions, we'll get into some Swole fam. We kind of did get into Swole fam. Is that enough Swole fam shit? It could last a month. Depends on how many gains you have. I don't know if 300 ain't lasting me a month. Bruh. It depends on what kind of food you're buying. Depends on how many gains you're trying to make. Yeah, so right, like at least 2 weeks to a month or more for sure. I'm just fucking saying. But I definitely have a different perspective. So it's tough. If you have questions, we'll get into some Swole fam stuff. And then if you have other questions that pop up, we can bounce back and forth. Yeah, right. My grass-fed beef alone is $320 a month. Yeah. But I mean, of course, if you're buying grass-fed beef and you take care of your health like that, you're also not spending money on bullshit. So here's the problem when people start looking at things like even meal delivery companies that might make the meals accessible because some people don't have food, they don't cook, they don't have time, they have hectic schedules and jobs. But they look at meal prep companies, even if they're like, you know, I mean, if they don't have grass-fed beef, forget that. Let's just say someone's prepping the food for you. They look at that as an expense. Oh, it's expensive. Well, you're not eating out. You're not buying all your food. You're not going shopping. You're not cooking. Like, think of all the time you save. You don't go shopping. That'll save you a couple hours a week, or a couple hours a week. And with cooking, that'll save you could be a couple hours a day or several hours a week for sure. You save all that time, and time is money. It's time you could spend doing other things, working more, planning more, having leisure. It's worth it. And people don't treat their time valuably. People don't treat their time like it's valuable enough. They waste their time. And they'd rather do things the hard way. They'd rather go out of their way to fuck themselves up and stress themselves out. Maximize your time. Save your time. Have cards from 1458. Oh yeah. That was like 40 days ago? Oh yeah, those are all gone for sure. I don't know. I feel like some of these get lost in the mail. I'm always surprised when things don't get lost in the mail more. Yeah, those are all long gone for sure. Where do you live, Ellen? If it's international, I've heard a bunch of people. It's like, I would not be. I ordered something. I ordered some straps and something from Rogue, like a month or two ago. It got lost by UPS, so they shipped it again. Like, stuff's all fucked up. So I would be shocked if it didn't get. I'm always surprised that there's not more stuff lost. Isn't that impressive? Just for the mail, it's impressive that half the stuff actually gets to where it's supposed to go, to the point where we're like, I haven't gotten my one little tiny square from across the country in the world. It's just, it's mind blowing how consistent they are. It's mind blowing how many things don't get lost. I'm surprised everything doesn't get lost. They're like, I'll keep this one. They drop something on the ground. Fuck it. It's like, how would anyone know? You never got it? Fuck. It's like just the fact you put this thing in a slot and you just know it's going to get to that person across the world. The audacity to just fucking assume it's going to be done. And promptly too. Right? But yet people are going to fucking try to burn down the system. Society sucks. The world's over. Everyone's awful. Everyone's awful in this world. It's like, we got a lot of selfish fucking people. We got a lot of first world problems. And we have a lot of real problems too. We all got problems. Xenia Winters, I've signed up for Healthy Wage. What's that? For an extra little kick in my ass. Any opinion on programs like that? Is that like you get paid to be healthy or something? Like you bid or you put money in? I don't think it's a good. Oh, well, it depends. Tell me more about it. I can give you my opinion. I don't really like what does that actually encompass? Like, how does that actually work? I'm trying to find where you live. Oh, you're in Australia? Oh, Jesus Christ. I've heard from some people say that they're not sending it by plane. They're going by boat. And if that gives you any thought, that's probably 2 weeks? 2 weeks shipping easily. If it's by like freight or something, I don't know. Fuck do I know about shipping? Maybe they have to wait 2 weeks because of like the incubation. Maybe they like desensitize or for COVID or right. I don't know. If you're in Australia, who the fuck knows? Who knows? I'm still waiting for 1444 in Japan. Annika, I'm still waiting for things I bought 4 weeks ago. Yeah, all right, so. Kim, Miami was holding up packages. My mom sent something before April, and it showed up at the end of April. Okay, Xenia, let's see. 3 months from U.S. to Norway by boat? 3 months? No way. No way. What kind of boat? Like a rowboat? No way. 3 weeks to get there? 3 months? No fucking way. Maybe you meant 3 weeks. But is that a cruise? Is that a cruise like on a pace? What kind of boat are you talking about here? Here I am like debating something. I know nothing about like water shipping. I don't think it's 3. I think it's like 2 weeks or 3. 2 weeks in a destroyer. There's no way it's like 3 months. 3 weeks on a regular ship would make sense. A destroyer is crushing. That's fucking flying. Destroyer's like, fuck you, water. I don't know. What do I know about fucking shipping? Just a thought. 3 months is, what is this, $14.92? This is $14.93, motherfucker. Come on. We got technology. We got brand new wood. Oh, let me read through this. Okay, you place a bet on yourself to lose a certain amount in a certain time. I'm betting to lose 60 pounds in 6 months, 50 pounds in 6 months, $20 a month. 50 pounds in 6 months. $20 a month I put in. If I do it, I get back over 400. So $20 a month. So you're putting in, what do I think about it? Well, what happens after you, what happens if you win? You get $400, then what? I know it sounds silly. It's like, well, what do you mean? You just continue. No, then what? Because then it's about how much you lose. The focus tends to shift from the habits to stepping on a scale all the fucking time to make sure you lose. Like, how do they measure that? How do you prove that? How do you prove that? How do you cross-check that? How do you verify that? Is it your word? Do you have to take a picture of a scale? You can manipulate the fuck out of that. How's that even register? I don't like that kind of shit. I don't like that kind of sprint stuff. And I understand. I just don't think it's the right reward system. I don't think you're creating a good habit. Like, oh, if I get money, is that really enough? Is that really enough? That's not proper like habit stacking. That's not proper pairing. That's not proper systems. I just don't, it seems empty. It's good to have a reward, but that's not like a satisfying thing. It's like, oh, I might get some money in 6 months. Is that all 50 pounds is worth to you? $400? 50 pounds? Is that like is that how much a new life for yourself would cost? That's priceless. You can't put a fucking price on it. Who cares? $400. If it works, that's great, but I'm concerned about the outcome. Like what happens after. A lot of people that have a lot of weight loss don't set the proper habits and it just comes right back. So who cares about winning 400 if you gain 50 pounds back? I'm not saying you will, but I don't know if it's the right approach. Video verify beginning and end. They've never used After Effects, huh? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think about those bet? What do you think about those bet? What do you put on? What do you think about those diet bet things, or those healthy weight, or weight wager, or whatever? What, a healthy wager, whatever the fuck it is. Let's see here. How many of you have done that? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Anyone? Bueller. Let's see. That happened to me. Gained it all back plus 20 more. Started a new plan. Down 20 pounds so far. There you go. There's one. I never thought about those bet things, but never believed them. I think people would use it unhealthily. That's my assumption. You never want to get that hooked on a scale. Once you start paying attention to the weight that much, look, that doesn't follow the 7 pillars. That's not part of the equation. Is the speed, the time frame is not part of the focus. That's not part of the focus if you're approaching the 7 pillars properly. That's not part of what you're thinking. That doesn't factor in. The time is irrelevant. It's your life. You're investing in your life. It's not about how long it takes, because it's going to take your entire life. That's the whole point. There is no end. So how do you train? How do you eat? How do you structure things understanding that there's no end until there's the ultimate end? How do you do things knowing that you're doing this forever? And it's not forever. It sounds like it's forever. It's not. It's finite as fuck. So what are you going to do? How are you going to execute on those things knowing that there's no end point? And then you start thinking about your habits differently. What are you doing that's going to be maintainable for the rest of your life? And it's going to look different in 30 years, but what's your foundation? And people don't want to think like that. People don't want to think long-term because it doesn't fucking slap them in the face with a couple Benjamins in like a few months. It's worthless. It's money that's going to be spent. And then what? You lost 50 pounds, or you fucking went on a treadmill for 5 hours the last day to lose that weight. You did a video chat. Yay. And then all those habits in that extreme, you're overtrained, under-recovered, you're burnt out. You didn't set good habits. You just did whatever to get to that weight. And then you're almost back to square one. You're going to gain 10, 15 pounds back right away with water weight or from like trying to get rid of a lot of weight. You know, in theory, a lot of people happen this way because 50 pounds in 6 months is a lot. So you have 24 weeks? That's 2 pounds a week. That's a healthy weight loss. And 1 to 2 pounds a week is healthy weight loss. But it doesn't mean that it's possible every fucking week. So everyone says, oh, that's a healthy rate to lose. Yeah, but you're saying that you're going to lose in 24 weeks. In 24 weeks, 24 times 2, that's 48 pounds. So you need to lose a little bit more, ounces more than 2 pounds a week. So that's at the max level of what's healthy to maintain long term. That's assuming that you do that every week, which you won't. Okay? It's not linear. You're not just going to lose 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds. Yay, cash out. That's not how it fucking works. You're going to lose 1 pound and then you're behind. Then you might lose 3 pounds and then you lose a quarter pound and then you didn't lose any. And then you gained a pound and now you're depressed and now you're frustrated and then you're anxious and your cortisol levels elevate and you're stressed out and you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to do it. And you put in money. Oh, did I make the right decision? Oh, and then you try to go to this extreme. Well, let me try this. I'll try fasting. I'll try 3 days on. And then you try to lose that fucking weight. That's a max. That's too short. You maxed it out, I think, a little bit too much. That's aggressive. Is it possible? Absolutely. More is possible, and less is more likely. But is that bad? Let's say you lose 30 pounds. They want you to think, those companies, and I'm just going to rip it apart, and then you can form your own decision. I'm just going after the negatives. I mean, we all know the positives, right? We all know the positives. The positive is, oh, it gets you to lose weight. Okay, what are some of the negatives? Right? What are some of the downsides? And you could drop in the comments if you have experience with this. And the downsides are, like, what is the downside of losing? Losing. They're going to leverage this. They're going to leverage this as, well, if you don't make it, you paid less. You knew you're paying $20 going in, you paid $120. Okay, 6 months, $20 a month, not much, right? $20 a month. Then, after that time, let's say you lose 30 pounds. You lost. You feel like shit because you didn't make it. Oh my God, I'm a failure. You lost 30 fucking pounds. You lost a pound a week for 6 months. And that's amazing. But you feel like a failure. And listen to this. If you lost 30 pounds in 6 months, guess what happens? If you keep on going, eventually you lose the 50 pounds. Yay. And that's good. So you have to fucking keep on going. You have to keep on going anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So even if you lose, you win. And that's the way they're going to leverage it. However, that's not how the human brain works. You're not going to feel like a success if you got 45 pounds lost. You're not going to feel like a success if you lost 20 pounds. You're not going to feel like, you're not going to feel amazing in 6 months. And that's a shitty part. That's the shitty fucking part. You guys are getting me riled up today. I'm getting pissed off again. If you lose 15 pounds in 6 months, you're going to feel like shit. You suck. You didn't do it. You failed. You lost 15 pounds in 6 months. Guess what really happened? You lost 15 fucking pounds. Congratulations. That's amazing. And if you're setting the right habits, that is just the beginning. And that's the problem. So my real thought is, I don't fucking like it. I don't fucking like it. I don't think it's a good way to start a habit. I think it's a good business model. But I think it's misaligned, and I think it fundamentally misses the point when it comes to creating a reward system for humans. That's the idea, but I don't think it's something that's a good idea in terms of something that's maintainable. That's how it's leveraged. And can some people lose weight and keep it off? Sure. There's always people that lose weight and keep it off. And I lost a lot of weight and I kept it off, but more people gain it back. More people have the negative outcome than the positive outcome. And that by setting a standard of 50 pounds in 6 months, you're putting yourself in a position to fail. And that's just my opinion. I'm going to be honest with you. You're putting yourself in a position to fail. You're making it very hard for yourself to succeed. And it's good to have a challenge, but it's not good to learn how to swim necessarily by throwing yourself, not in the deep end of the pool, by getting thrown into the ocean. Because if any one of you has ever swum, you know, if you swim in the fucking ocean, yeah, you think swimming is tough in a pool? Get the fuck out of here. Try going 10 feet in the ocean. You don't go anywhere. You try ocean swimming, you put your head down, you do this for like fucking, you can stroke for fucking 5 minutes and be kicking as hard, quality, and you look up and you move like 7 feet. All right. So anyway, I think you're not setting yourself up for those incremental steps. You're fucking trying to jump right from high school baseball to fucking AAA or something. I'm trying to think of like analogies, right? You're jumping right into the big leagues. And how many people survive? LeBron James, like how many, Kobe Bryant, how many people like skip high school or just go right to the pros or skip college? Like how many and do really well? I don't even follow basketball closely. I know 2 of them right off the bat. But of course, you're talking about the greatest of all time, but exactly my point. How many people actually do that and succeed right away? Kobe was nasty right away, and LeBron was nasty right away. How many people do that kind of a jump in any sport and are sick right away? Like immediately. Lionel Messi, one of the best ever. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best. Like those are the people. Like you're talking like the people that they know internationally. Everyone knows who they are. Even if you don't know what they look like, you've heard the name. All right, those are the people, and you don't just jump into that kind of like a buzzsaw. Not many people are. I'm using like extreme examples, but to prove a point. You're not doing it with the right reasons and the right triggers. Like for me, for example, like I read before bed for at least a couple minutes. Even if I'm really exhausted, I'll read a page or 2. It's more about the fact that I'm reading before I go to sleep. It's not like, okay, I read for this amount of time. For me, it's like I just have to read a little bit. And I usually end up reading for 5, 10, 15 minutes at least. But I always read before bed. 5 in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, I'll read. Whether it's for 5 minutes or 5 hours, I read before bed. That's the rule. In the morning, I don't start anything until I meditate. I don't have coffee until I meditate. Meditation starts my day. So even if I'm kind of like floating around, meditation is before I start everything. And then I have my coffee, and then I drink water, chug a big thing of water, meditate, then I get to have my coffee. So I'm meditating every day. I like my coffee. And I like meditation too, but I need to create that habit of meditating. And I love coffee. So I'm definitely going to have my coffee. So what do? If I want coffee, I have to meditate first. And I really do want to meditate, but it's a new habit. When you're creating a new habit, you do that. When I say new habit, I've been doing it for a while, but it's still a habit. And I'm still reinforcing it. I'm just saying like that's how I built it originally. And I've been doing it for a long time that way. So now I go in and I meditate and then I go make my coffee. Everyone wins because I do want to meditate and I enjoy it when I'm doing it, but it's not always easy. It's not always convenient. I just want to get started with stuff. It's like, well, if I'm fine not having coffee, get the fuck out of here, Bish. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. Meditation. Let's say I'm running short of time. I'll meditate for 5 minutes. I don't put a limit on that. I don't restrict myself and be like, oh, I can only meditate. I have to meditate for an hour. No, because that's not always realistic. What if something happens and I don't have that time? But I do it because I'm someone who meditates. I'm someone who invests in his mental health and my brain gains and my mindfulness. That's what I do. So I make sure I do that. And it's not always the same. Sometimes like a rough session. Well, welcome to the world of working out. Some of the workouts suck. So if you go through meditating and think every day you're just going to like float into this nether world, sometimes you're like, thoughts won't stop and you're like, what the fuck is going on? You keep on bringing it back and you do a sub-decent job and afterwards you feel like you failed in the meditation, but it's no. You need to be exposed to those shitty meditation sessions to appreciate and to go deeper with the good ones. You need to show up for those meditation sessions. Because if you don't show up for those meditation sessions, you're not going to be there for the good ones. You need to show up for the shitty workouts because if you don't show up for the shitty ones, you're not going to be there for the good ones. And it's that simple. It's the repetitions. If you're not there, you're not going to have the chance to have an awesome outcome. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you don't take the shot, it's not going to go in. It's that fucking simple. Done. He's done. He's done conversation. He's endgame. Just went Russian for a second. I'm done with topic, yes? Topic is complete. Done with speech. Salty sack. Let's see. Nips. I did Upper Sear 1 last night. Mine were on fucking fire. Oh, yeah, well. Get that nasty, nasty. Nathan, the business model only exists because it's failing people and making them money. If it worked, it wouldn't be around anymore. Yo, fucking right on, Nathan. Think about that shit. Ooh, that's the best fucking aspect of it. If you have these things like Healthy Wager, how do you think they stay in business? It's because they make money. Why? Because people fail. There you go. There you go, right? There you fucking go right there. If there's a company that does that, wonder why they're in business. When do they make money? When does that company make money? When you fail. So what you're getting, so how about this? If you win that competition or you win for yourself, you're getting paid with money from everyone else's failures. I don't like the way that sounds. I don't like that. It's like blood money. It's like what? All these other people fucking failed because they made shitty bets and they don't understand how to lose weight and what the time frame is. They made unrealistic bets and then they didn't execute. So then you're getting paid with that money. That's how they're getting their money. How else are they getting money? They're getting money because people fail. Doesn't sound like a good thing. See, inside Swolenormous X, if you have a membership, you're getting fucking results and you're using it and you're showing up and you're being here. We're all winning. It's a benefit to everyone. I provide services. I provide yoga studio and meditation and fucking beards and sack. And we're all here showing up. This is all positive. It's building up. It's building up. I don't want to get paid from fucking failures. I don't want to make money from people's fucking failures. If you're not going to do it, don't do it. And that's it. Invest, commit. You have to commit. You have to commit. No 1 foot out. No 1 foot out. No 1 foot out. A lot of people don't want to commit. You want to commit, then you have to fucking commit. All right. So kind of went a little bit, well, I definitely went a little bit extra. Tomorrow, Swole Fam post. Let's do a couple of them. And then we'll give away the Swole card. If there's a question that pops up, we'll get into a couple questions. Good questions. Great episode. Great shit. Got some more stuff coming. So tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, accountability meeting. Let me bring that up. Did I bring that up here? Let me bring that up on the thing. Where is that logo? There we go. Bring that up over here. All right. So we have accountability meeting tomorrow. Pointing at you. I'm looking at you, Bish. I'm looking at you, Bish. Yeah, I see you, baby. I see you. Yeah, I'm pointing right the fuck at you. Yeah, I see you, motherfucker. I see you. I see you. I see you. Accountability meeting tomorrow, 12 noon, motherfucking Eastern time. 12 noon Eastern time. Be there or be square as fuck. Be there, Bish. Be there. Be there. Be there tomorrow. We got some new releases, some new stuff, and it will be live. Going to do my best to get that live upside in Swole TV. It might be a little bit different in Swole TV. I'm going to be using a different service because I'm not going through YouTube. So for those of you that want to watch in Swole TV, we'll see. It might be a little bit, I'm not sure if it's going to be choppy, like the bit rate and stuff. I'm trying out some different services and servers. So it'll be interesting. So tomorrow will be live inside the private Facebook group and also inside Swole TV, of course. So you can watch it in both places. And we'll see how it goes. We'll still have the live chat. The live chat will be the same. The video might be a little bit of a different, but the audio, as long as it comes through okay, but we'll test it out. We'll have some fun. And if it fails miserably or something happens, we'll just do it inside the Facebook group, just for tomorrow. Like if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, which I don't think it won't, I think it will, and it'll be good enough and we'll get what we need to get across. So we'll see. We'll have fun. Always trying new things, but Swole TV is the tits. And I love you all wherever you watch the daily. And tomorrow. So tomorrow won't be live anywhere publicly. If you want to join, you could join Swolenormous X for less than $3. So this is inside Swole TV. So every week we have an accountability meeting. So on Monday, Monday, tomorrow, 12 noon. So if you want to learn more, swolenormousx.com. Isabel, you should have Obese to Beast on one day so we can embarrass him with the naughty talk. Done that already. He's been on once or twice or 3 times. I think he's been on twice. At least one. He's been on before. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Naughty words. Naughty words. All right. Let's get into some Swole fam action. All right. Let's see. Christy. This one's from Christy. After 2 weeks of a full elimination diet, I am down 11 pounds. Oh, shit snapper. Don't really know what that means, but gorillas, all the same. After 2 weeks of a full elimination diet, I am down 11 pounds, yet my allergies continue to get worse, so I'm definitely questioning all the avocado I've been eating because my tongue is now itching after eating it. Interesting. Has anyone else had that? I definitely have some tweaks to make to see exactly what negatively affects me. It doesn't help that it is also the worst season for my allergies in general. Well, that could be it. Hoping I get this down because this diet is definitely not the easiest. It gets so bland fast. I don't know. I'm still on pretty much what is approved on the elimination diet. I eat it all the fucking time. I have berries. I have steak. I mean, I'm kind of like, I guess depends on how you look at it. But that's great. Down 11 pounds, cutting out all those carbs, all those sugars. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you, Christy. Keep it up. And I'm curious about this. If anyone else has that, does anyone else have that with avocado? I wonder what that is. Sarah, can anyone answer how to reintroduce foods one at a time? After I test the food and note how it makes me feel, do I continue eating that food or do you not eat again? I would go back to the elimination. I would not continue eating it necessarily. It depends. I don't agree necessarily. I would go back. I would do one at a time. I would test it. Let's say you have milk. You have milk. You add milk on let's say you add some dairy on a Monday. And then on Tuesday, you go back to your elimination. And Wednesday, elimination. And Thursday, elimination. And then if you don't see that, maybe on like that next day, you try a different thing. Leave milk out. And then I would do, because you don't want things to be conflicting. Because then you don't know if it's a different type of dairy. There's different kinds. So then I would go back and do grain, but leave the dairy out. Because after 6 weeks, if you've already done it, like you're on a roll, keep going. Like don't just trash all that progress by just adding shit in. So I would do like, let's say you add dairy in on a Monday, you observe it Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe Thursday, depends. Or Thursday, you try something different. And then you go back to the elimination Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you observe. So go back to, have a day where you have it once or twice or 3 times, some type of dairy during the day, maybe like a couple different kinds. And then if you feel crappy the next time, you can test them individually because it says 6 weeks, but it could take like a couple months to go through things. Depends on what kind of issues you have. And again, it's an investment. You spend time figuring shit out. You'll learn a lot about your body for the rest of your life. So it's important. Do it right. I wouldn't just add it back in and be like, oh, it's normal. Just keep on eating it because it might be a combination of dairy and grain that really fucks you up for whatever reason. Who knows? So, and that's just my recommendation. You can literally do it any way you want. It's just kind of like what a test is only as valuable as the controls that are in place. So how consistent can you execute that? And how, if you add stuff back in, if you have more variables, there's less things you can test. So if you're adding in more variables, now you added dairy back in, well, now you're complicating the interactions with dairy and something else. If you try dairy, nothing, which is rare, but like nothing, then you get rid of it. And then you have grains and then didn't bother you. Then you have dairy and grains like, oh shit. It's like, well, what happened? Or you have different kinds of dairy and you're like, okay, which one is it? It's all about, it's like just scientific, it's just studying and keeping it control and keeping the variables as controlled as possible. So you know exactly what's going on. Like you want to be able to pinpoint as closely as you can. I have the yoga membership. Can I still go to this accountability meeting? Absolutely. You have access to Swole TV and the private Facebook group. And if you're not in the private Facebook group, then you never requested access. So check your email and also go into your Get Started series, your Start Here, and you'll see the links to join the Facebook group and just answer the question. We'll cross-check your email. But yeah, for sure. All memberships have access to the accountability meeting. Swole fam, yoga memberships, unlimited access. You all have. And if you have the yoga membership, you also can join in Swole Text to get notified with a link of where to go. Talking about being allergic to kiwis. All right, Tanner, what up? Hey, fam, I have a mental health question. Good stuff. We got a lot of mental health going on right now. I consider myself successful for my age, but find myself having very few friends and feeling alone at times. Has anyone else experienced this? Any tips on coping? My high school, quote, friends don't make an effort to connect with me, but I make an effort to connect with them. I love grinding on goals by myself and spending time with myself, but I still crave that human connection. I broke up with my girlfriend a few weeks ago, and that was the closest connection I had besides parents. Any help is appreciated. Well, you're probably more mature than your friends. And it's as simple as that. A lot of people age differently. Your EQ is a lot different than your friends. So they don't make an effort to connect with you. So I don't talk to any high school friends. None. I don't talk to anyone that I went to high school with. One person. You ready for this? I talked to one person that I went to high school with. One. And I've known him since I was 8 years old. So I've known him since I was in elementary school before. Elementary school, 8 years old. So high school, I was already friends with him. I don't talk to anyone. None. And I'm not saying that you don't have to or that you shouldn't, that high school friends are bad. But think about where you are in high school. You're a child. You're a fucking baby. You're a fucking baby. You're nothing close to who you are today. You're like literally a child. Fucking high school friends. Get the fuck out of here. Do you remember that kindergarten class? Oh, I know someone. Says no one. Oh, we've known each other since kindergarten. That's like the best friend. Okay, you grew up together. Very fucking rare. You know why you don't get along with a lot of high school people? It's because no one knows who they are in high school. Everyone's copying each other, figuring out, everyone's posing, everyone's wearing fucking skater shorts and then trying to match whoever else is doing shit on TikTok now. And everyone's just trying to copy each other, trying to figure out their identity. All right. That's the problem, is that social media is creating people's identity, and it's fundamentally fucked because parents aren't doing their goddamn job. And no one wants to take the fucking heat. Parents don't want to take the fucking heat, but who's responsible for raising shitty kids? You're the ones that fucking had them, and you're the ones that didn't fucking raise them properly. You raised them to eat like shit. You raised them to not have fucking respect. You raised them to do X, Y, and Z, and that's why we have a lot of problems. You know, the internet came out and just like, hey, kids, go fucking nuts. No one thought about it. No one actually waited. Everything's speed now. And then now we're dealing with the fucking side effects. You know, with children and shit. I don't talk to anyone from fucking high school. Doesn't mean you can't, but think about who you knew in high school. You knew fucking children. Think about it. Other 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds. What the fuck? I mean, you were 16, 17, 18 too, but it's like, think about it. If you're in your 30s or 40s, or if it's like, how many people? How many people? Maybe a couple, not all the time. I don't know. You could have high school friends. If someone leaves Swolenormous, can they stay in the Facebook group? No, it's members only. You can stay in the Facebook group until your membership expires. But if you do not want to be part of the fam anymore, then you do not want to be part of the fam, then you're out. You can still join the Daily Swole, but if members only, Swole fam only. So if you're no longer a Swole fam member, then you're no longer a Swole fam member. Doesn't mean you can't join here on the podcast, though. You are welcome here. You are welcome to be here. You are welcome to be here. So any tips on coping? I would just find new friends. I would focus on you. You're doing great. I mean, you consider yourself successful for your age. I would consider yourself also mature. Your high school friends don't make an effort to connect with you. You make an effort to connect with them. So maybe they're not the right people for you. You're trying to make excuses for people that are no longer, they were friends for a season. They were appropriate for you while you were in high school. Now they're not appropriate anymore. They just don't match your ambitions. Okay, fine. Good. It's It's all good. You might not dislike them, but just find other people. Focus on your shit and you'll find better people. You're just a little bit in a funky spot because you just broke up with your girlfriend. So good. Focus on you. Fill your cup, meditate, exercise, hang out here in the Swole fam. You can go places once you can start interacting again. Go to the gym and you'll meet people. Just be outgoing. Start conversations with people when you go places. Make it a thing like, hey, I'm going to talk to one person I don't know. And you're in line somewhere and like you kind of catch eyes and you say something, you start a conversation. You'll just meet people. Like you're not going to meet people unless you go places. So don't worry so much about, you'll get it if you go places. All right, Timothy. What up, Bish? It's been a long time since I last posted, since January, and I regret that. With the gyms in New York City closed, I've effectively been out of a job because I've been staying with and caring for my parents who can't really do that much physically because Jesus Christ, I'm starting to lose talking ability. Because I've been staying and caring for my parents who can't really do that much physically, I've been eating what they have been, which is to say, like shit. Since I've been moving around less and eating like shit naturally, I've gained weight and I don't feel like I used to. This is to work towards changing that. I just got back from grocery shopping and I will start the elimination diet on top of getting back to training. I'm posting now and will post here at least once a week to keep myself accountable. Good shit, Timothy. Good shit, Bish. Good shit, Bish. Good shit. It's just amazing. Once you start really eating healthy and once you start really making these habitual changes and you start looking at life and looking at what you do through a different lens, you realize, oh my God, how much different you do things. You realize how many people just eat like crap. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. Once you start seeing what people are doing, you realize, oh, people eat like shit so often. People are eating like shit fucking everywhere. Everywhere. Like it's bad. It's really fucking bad. People eat like fucking goddamn trash. Chrissy, what up, Beach? Day 1 of the 90-day dash. Hey-oh, that's fucking epic. Nice.
Yow. Yow.
Yoga is something I really want to practice. As someone with a lot of excess weight, it is difficult to keep up with the video, so I find myself losing the flow and not really benefiting from the, quote, mindfulness part of yoga. Oh, well, you work up to that. I'm more focused on getting my body parts where they need to be. Good. Any tips? Should I just pause and focus on catching up? I feel like I would be pausing all the time. Sorry if this is a silly question or concern. I'm a total noob. Okay, well, first off, no, it's not a silly question. It's a great question. You can do a couple things. You can slow down the video with the browser. You can actually slow down the speed if that helps. And yes, you can pause it. You can pause it. You can slow down the speed so it plays slower. I would also recommend that you watch through the first few moves, and then you can even actually look through the moves and just do them on your own. Watch the transition, and then maybe like put the playhead. Let's say it's 3 minutes in. You see, okay, the moves. Okay, you do this, this, and this. And then you do it yourself at your own pace. And then you do the same thing on the other side. And then you watch the next couple moves and you rest while you're watching the next couple moves. And then you pause it. So you move the playhead along and then do the moves. And it might take you a little bit longer, or maybe you do like the first half, because maybe the first half with pausing and doing it, maybe that takes you half an hour. This is another reason why the Swole classes are shorter, because it allows you to stop and take up to an hour if you want to do it like double time, like super like slow, like half speed pausing and stuff. So it's very possible for you to slow it down. Like it's totally cool. You can do whatever you need to do. You can also try the chair yoga in the Swolenormous in the yoga studio. And if you find the other classes better for you in the yoga studio, go to the starter classes. So if you find that one class, because it's just one video, it's just one Swole class. If you find that might be like, a little bit much right now, totally cool. Go do one of the chair yoga, the express yoga, or try the starter classes. So you can try the starter classes in the yoga studio and you can swap that out. And if that works better for you, then just continue that way. So good question. All right, here we go. Last one. We'll wrap this up because we're on a roll today, but I find that this one could not go without giving a look-see. We talked about this a little bit earlier. This is the post. We'll end with this one. We were talking about the post with subliminal messaging. So this is from Katie. We talk about how your community affects your training and eating habits all the time. Are there any other introverts out there who have noticed that books can have the same psychological influencing effect? Maybe I'm just a weirdo, but I'll give you an example. My husband and I almost never eat processed carbs like bread or pasta. It's something we have a couple times a year when we go visit his very Italian family. Then we listen to these books by Robin Hobb during a road trip. The main character lives in a medieval-style castle and is constantly in the kitchens to get bread and cheese. After a few hours of that, all we wanted to do was find a bakery and split a whole loaf with some cheese. Worse yet, I read the first couple Outlander books a while back. It seems like every couple pages the main character is reaching for whiskey to, quote, steady her nerves. After something crazy happens, I found myself wanting to drink a lot more while reading those books. So much so that I had to stop reading them. Am I the only one? And the answer is no, you're not. It's not called subliminal messaging. It's called fucking marketing. This is the same reason why Coke and Pepsi pay millions of dollars to have people in Big Bang Theory or on Netflix or in a big budget movie drink their products, because you see it. If you're reading it, you're thinking it. This is very, very common. It's very common to watch someone eating something. Why do you think I rage? This is the mukbang culture. Why do you think I get upset about these fucking face fuckers? It's the same thing. You're just reading about face fuckers. It's the same thing. It's just more blatant. You're watching people mukbang. You're watching people eat. That might gross you out, but you're hearing like the crunching, like it's stimulating those thoughts. And a lot of people watch those videos and get hungry. Oh, I wish I had that food, because they don't have a lot of money. Maybe they live in a poor country, or maybe they just look at that and they're addicted to that food. Like, oh my God, it's so good. I wish I could eat that. And they go and they eat their chicken and broccoli and they're like, oh my God, this is gross. Oh, I wish I just had a big double cheeseburger with a big soda. Oh my God. And then eventually they quell that craving and they binge eat. So it's absolutely, that's why the mukbangs are dangerous. That's why this kind of stuff is dangerous. It happens in books, but we're allowing this to be on YouTube. We're allowing this to be everywhere. It's fucking gross. So, I mean, in a book, what do you do? Never have a main character eat anything? Like, that's okay. But of course, that's absolutely something that's possible. Makes 1,000% sense. For sure. For sure. Yeah, it gets in there because you're picturing it. You know, when you're reading a book, what are you doing? You're visualizing it. It's just like your own internal TV. So you're going to manifest what that looks like in your brain. And unfortunately, you're going to manifest it in the manner in which your body like perceives it, in the manner in which you like to perceive it. So when you read a book, you're picturing something different than someone else reading a book. That's why it's so much better to read a book first, because you can imagine shit. When you watch a movie and then you go back and read the books, you're thinking about the movie and you're thinking about the characters. So it kind of ruins it. If you watch a movie first, it can easily ruin it because you're not using your imagination. So in your imagination, you're going to set it up in a way that suits your brain. So it's going to fit your brain pattern and what you're thinking of and what you're imagining and what you're familiar with. So it's going to fill up with familiar ideas of your familiar food, and it's going to trigger those cravings. Makes sense. Absolutely. Estero, definitely not. I have the same issues when it comes to listening to country music and drinking. Yeah, right? Yeah. It annoys me that books talk about junk food. It's all horrid food. Yeah, it's all people are just trying to people are just trying to get off. People are just trying to bust a load in one way or another. They're just trying to bust it. The Hobbit was ruined for me by the movie. Oh, the Hobbit movies sucked ass. The Hobbit movies were a little too cheese. They were so bad. Yeah, they were shockingly bad. They're so bad. I mean, the Five Armies, the last one was kind of cool. I saw that like in IMAX, like whatever. Like it was just cool to see, but it was just like, it was just like visually cool, entertaining. But the other ones, the first two, it's like, oh God, snooze. Just drawn the fuck out. There's no need for that to be there was no need to make a trilogy. Like, God damn it, there's no need to make it. I think that was what ruined it. They filled it up they fluffed it up way too much. They fluffed it up. They could have made that one movie and made it epic. It was it was 3 books. Here's the thing. they took 3 books and they used a fraction of those books to make 3 movies. For those that don't know Lord of the Rings, like the second movie went through like half the second book, and they left off like 3/4 of a book at the end. Like destroyed the ring, and then it wasn't over. It doesn't end. Like it doesn't end. So they just left it off because you can't have 2 climaxes in Hollywood. But you can in real life. Thank you. I'll be here all week. And I literally will be here all week, except tomorrow. It's only for the Swole fam. Accountability meeting tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. Swole card time. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Let's give it away. Hashtag nips. Who's got some nips? Oh, I saw someone put kale chips. That ain't no nips. That ain't no nips, honey. Oh, nips. And Swole TV. That's what we got here. Anyone? Hashtag nips. No winners on the first turn. One more round. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hashtag nips. Get you some nips. Hashtag nips if you want some action. Action. Try to find someone. No one did enough nips. You guys don't care? You don't care about your nips? This is not appropriate. No. We had such a good conversation. No one dropped the hashtag nips. All right, I'm still scrolling. Round 3. I don't give a fuck. We'll do this all day. Should have started this earlier. It was going to take so long. Come on, fam. Use hashtag nips. Nips to the main stage. Nips to the main stage. Put the fucking hashtag. I'll keep it. I don't give a shit. Another one. Is it? No. All right. You guys you want Swole cards anymore? You don't want Swole cards anymore? No one wants some nips? No? No one? Bueller? Didn't last on anyone. All right, I'm going again. Jesus Christ. Fucking jabronis. I fought in your general direction. I'm not finding shit. We're literally going to do this tomorrow. All right, I'm just going to look for the next one that I fucking see. Fuck this. I'm just looking for the next one I fucking see. It's random. I'm waiting. I don't see anyone. Someone just said I want it. Okay. Next one I fucking see. Next person. I don't see any hashtag nips. All right, Caitlin. Caitlin Rush. You won this because you know what? Perfect. It's actually perfect for you because you actually were the one that like the main topic of conversation. Caitlin, kick your fucking sister out of your house. Get your shit together. Congratulations. I think it worked out anyway. Let's do it again over here so you can see it. I don't have those images over there. No sound? Why is that still going?
Congratulations!
It disappeared now. Come on, man. There we go. I'll do it again. There we go.
Congratulations!
Hey! All right. Fuck me inside out. Anyway, it's very appropriate. It's very, very appropriate. Very appropriate for Caitlin Rush. So Caitlin, you're welcome. Congratulations. It's very appropriate because you were the main focus of today's wherever. Anyway, Caitlin Rush, congratulations. You like it better without the sound? Tiffany, your feelings. You like it better without the sound? It's not better without the sound. There's a big pickle on the screen. We could do the sound. And it's like, yay, whatever. All right, everyone. So Caitlin, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com with the hashtag support@swolenormous.com with SwoleCard 1493 in the subject of the email. And of course, your mailing address in the body. So I'll put that down on the bottom. So everyone say congratulations, Caitlin with an I. Congratulations. So send us that email, 1493. And tomorrow we'll be going deep with the accountability meeting. So right now, if you want to stick around for a few minutes after, head on over to Swole TV for the after party. I'll be there for a couple extra questions. If you have anything, I'll pop back in and out for a few minutes. So after party is going live in Swole TV in just a couple moments. So head on over there. So everyone say congratulations. Oh, Sarah, Jacqueline, everyone, congratulations. Very good. I thought this was really? I thought you...
Come on, stop whining.
I thought one fucking day, can you let it slide for one day? This is a good episode. We went deep, we went hard. Oh, before we go, announcement to make. Not only that, Not only that, with the accountability meeting tomorrow, but tomorrow's, you ready? You ready for this? Tomorrow's YouTube video. Remember I told you? Do you remember what I told you? How tomorrow? Do you remember what I told you about tomorrow's video? Do you remember what I told you about tomorrow's salty sack? Do you remember what I told you? Be careful. Extra salty. Extra salty. Trust me, it's super salty. So be warned. You are warned. So I'll see everyone inside Swole TV. So go there right now. Swole TV party. Swole TV party. Hold on, let me get this. Ain't no party like the after party. Boom. Papa Swole. Oh, ain't no party like the after party. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at those pants. Look at that guy. Look at that fucking guy. All right, fam. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 1493 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. And I will see you tomorrow for 1494. Private priority access, members only. If you want to join, go to swolenormousx.com. Get started for less than $3, and you get in the private Facebook group. You can watch it in Swole TV. We'll be everywhere, but tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. But right now, we're going into Swole chat inside Swole TV. So go there right now. I will see you there. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Ya boy. Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack.